New Jersey, where teachers are no longer required to take a reading, writing, and math skill test to become eligible to teaching in public schools. The new law got the seal of approval from Governor Phil Murphy and went into effect at the start of the new year in an effort to combat teacher shortages. The effort has been backed by New Jersey Democrats like State Senator Jim Beach, who says, quote, "We need more teachers. This is the best way to get them." And those are your headlines, guys. He says it's the best way to cut the test taking.
Right, so they've lowered, you're from New Jersey, I live in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So they've lowered the standard. The teachers don't have to take a math and reading test.
Yeah, hopefully they know basic math and reading, but it's a nice for sure.
What could go wrong? The kids already can read and write. And now the teachers.
Right,
Lower the
expectations.
Right.
Don't feel bad, kids, I can't read either.
We are so done.
More teachers.
We're so done.
The teachers are making the kids take the tests. They have to know how to do the math and read, but teachers don't have to.
No, you massive, shameless liars. Jesus, everything you just heard from Fox and Friends was not just a lie. It was obviously a lie, because I'm sure every one of you hearing, "Oh my God, they don't need to know how to read to be a teacher," was probably like, that can't be true. And what do you know? It's not true. And in, I think, one of the most amazing and delicious instances of irony ever, if any one of the people working at Fox and Friends, the producers, let alone the hosts, had read either the law they're talking about or literally any news coverage of the passage of that law, they would have discovered that what they're about to say is a massive lie. Now, to be clear, they still would have told that lie because they hate and have no respect for their audience, and they actively seek on a daily basis to delude them, but they would have at least known. So no, obviously they don't no longer need to read. What happened is there were multiple levels of testing for these teachers, and they removed one of them because it was duplicative. They already have to have degrees. They already have to be able to read and do math and all of that. They reduced one additional test that tests the same things as other tests they already have to do, because they thought maybe reducing a little bit of the bureaucratic red tape would make it so we'd end up with more teachers. Now, trying to streamline the process to get people to participate is something that they advocate every time for when it comes to businesses. But when it's teachers, they're going to, again, 100% intentionally, dishonestly lie to you about what's actually happening. They still need to be able to read. They still need to be able to do math. They all still have to have more training and certification than you need to, for instance, do the news on Fox and Friends. But they don't care about the truth. They only care about continuing to demonize teachers because they actively want to destroy the education system in America. Jackson, I apologize for even making you comment on a story that is so intentionally dishonest, but what do you make of it?
Well, yeah, I lived it before I moved back here. I was living in New Jersey for 8 years. So it's not just that they want to tear down the education system in the country, which will inevitably, make people more likely to vote for them in the long run. But also it's just a dig at democratic states and democratic cities. And the thing that's hilarious to me about that is it's like, don't democratic states suck? That's why I live in one. That's why I work in one. Like Fox News studios, I've been in their studios. It's in the middle of Manhattan. Like it's in New York for real. Or like Tommy Lahren, who lives in LA. Like all these conservatives who hate democratic states, they just love living in them. Why? Because democratic states are better. I mean, like they are. Like I said, I was living in terms of just access to what you have. There's more diversity, there's more equity, which is why their economies do better. And like I just moved back to Missouri, and I feel like I got to get me a gun because everybody has guns in Missouri. So like there's the complete stark differences in like red states and blue states, where it's like you're more safe in blue states because everyone doesn't have guns. Now I moved back here, like I'm going places and I'm just looking around and people got guns on their hips legally. And here in Missouri, where we protect abortion rights, but we still vote for Trump and Josh Hawley overwhelmingly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
A lot of irony to go around.
So much irony with that. But yeah, no, it's that's the funniest part to me is it's like they're always dissing states that just objectively perform better in like every imaginable metric.
100%. And again, there's a reason for the underperformance. It's not a failing of the people or whatever. It's that they often have state governments and governors that don't give a damn to actually change the system. They don't particularly care. Anyway, ridiculous story. And by the way, again, look, one of the reasons we do these sorts of stories is, and as I've been telling people, the failure of the Trump administration is coming. It is barreling down the track towards us, or we're barreling towards it anyway. And they're not going to simply lay down and let people see the failure. They are going to try to distract you in every way possible and get you to think about other things. Believing that no teacher on the East Coast knows how to read or whatever is stupid, but it's this sort of distraction. That's what they're gonna do. It's gonna be a lot of this sort of absolute nonsense and also some caravans or whatever. And that's how they're gonna try to get you to accept the massive failure of the Trump administration over the next few years.